Hey everyone, this is Ian Blackburn, and this is my wine of the moment. Now, this is kind of a love story, I gotta be honest. López de Heredia is absolutely the quintessential historical wine of Rioja. Now, I have been fortunate enough to have visited on a number of occasions this beautiful place. And this brand has been able to take me back to Rioja every time I open a bottle of their wine. They sell their current vintages with incredible age, and their processing is so historic. I mean, visiting the winery is literally like visiting history. This is the 2009 Viña Cubillo, and it is a single vineyard that they own a number of different vineyard designations. Their most famous vineyard is called Tardonia. And the current Viña Tardonia Grand Reserva is the 1995. That's 23 years old, and it's current vintage. And here, this is a 2009. Who is able to hold their wine for 10 years before selling it? That's just pretty sensational. And to keep this price, this wine sells for under $30. Now, sure, there's champagne and others that are older, but they are, arguably a little bit more expensive. And this is a red wine. It is made from incredible vineyard sites in Spain, in Rioja. Rioja is the place. Rioja Alta is the specific place that this particular vineyard is coming from. Now, these people started in the 1870s, and when you visit the winery, you feel 1870s. You smell 1870s. They do not buy new wood barrels. They replace the old wood barrels. There is literally stacks of barrels that date back. It would be like reading a palm of an old farm worker. You look at their palm and it's going to be all, kind of wrinkly and intense and deep and dark, and it's going to show you some wisdom. And that's what this winery kind of does to you. It's like reading the palm of the wine, and the winery's walls are even alive because this is a place that has learned to be living and breathing and existing with their wine culture. This is not like that modern winery that looks like a laboratory with the white walls and the clear, bright light and UC Davis technicians walking around. We're talking about farmers making wine in a building that's as old as the United States of America. That's just basically the way it is. And this particular offering is a very interesting vintage, 2009, celebrated around the world for a good quality vintage. But Rioja, it had its highs and its lows, and the way I like to think of this wine is kind of like listening to a symphony warm up, and there's violins in the corner, and then there's all these horns going off, and there's different sounds, and then the conductor comes up and tap 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 and pulls it all together, and then the time has come for the symphony. And that's kind of what happens with this wine. It's now in that 10th year, and the symphony is beginning. And I want you to drink a bottle of this wine immediately. It is delicious. I gave it 94 points. It is spicy and earthy and funky and American oak and dill and smells and complexity, olive, hamon. Gosh, it conjures so many different sensations, and yet it is harmonic, it is vibrato coming together, and you smell and taste this place, this history, this winery, and man, it just all comes together, and I think you're going to love this wine, not only now, but for years to come. It's my top wine to buy right now on the Merchant of Wine website, and buy it while you can. This price point is pretty hard to fathom and really hard to get a value like this anywhere in the world except for from Rioja. The López de Heredia 2009 Viña Cubillo.